WCCO. We know most of you are on your way to work or about to get going, so we want to start you with today's weather and a little bit of good news. Looks like the rain is done for the day. We had some pretty good showers and quite a bit of rain in the overnight, but now just the clouds and the cold air hang in. We're at 39 with the wind chill at 33. Hey, it's May though. Isn't that fun? You can see some showers in western Wisconsin, some snow up on the North Shore, so it could be worse. We're only in the 40s, though, for our highs today. I've got us at 48 this afternoon. A little bit of rain in western and northwestern Minnesota, kind of mid to late afternoon. You can see that there, 4 p.m. on the future radar. Slight chance of a stray shower later tonight if you got tickets to the Twins game. 7:10 first pitch of that one. A 20% chance of a couple of raindrops out of the ballpark, but I don't even think anything that would delay play tonight. And then finally, we kick out the clouds tomorrow. Sunshine is back, and we warm up. 57 on Thursday, 60s by Friday, and a shot at 70 Saturday, looking very nice. Okay. I've seen the last couple of years, we've had all these kind of ride shares for kids start to pop up. Have you guys noticed these? Maybe both parents are working or you got a single parent household. It's tough to get kids to where they need to go. So maybe you dial up one of these apps to get the 10-year-old to soccer practice or the 12-year-old to band. Minimum rider age is 8 on a few of these services, so we compare that to 18 for Uber and Lyft, although some people still abuse that rule. So what do you think about programs like this? Would you do it for your kid? Would you let a stranger, albeit a highly vetted one, drive your kids around? Maybe there's an age you feel comfortable with it. If you're watching on Facebook or on Twitter, leave a comment and we'll share some of your feelings on this coming up in a few minutes. For the first time in Minnesota history, a now former police officer is found guilty of murder. Mohammed Noor now faces prison time for the fatal shooting of Justine Rustek-Damon. So here's the breakdown of the jury's decision. They found Noor guilty of third-degree murder, but acquitted him of the more serious second-degree intentional murder charge. He was also convicted of manslaughter. Noor did not look back at his family when deputies put handcuffs on him and took him into custody. Justine's fiance, Don Damon, burst into tears as the verdict was read. He says they are satisfied with the outcome.
Justine lived to teach us about love. She lived to teach us about our own human potential. She taught us to live joyfully. She taught us to laugh. And she demonstrated what it means to live from the heart.
Justine's death came just a month before her planned wedding to Don. Damon says he hopes the loss of her life is a catalyst for change in the city. The guilty verdict angered several of Noor's supporters in the Somali community. Omar Jamal is a leader in that community, and he says many people have been calling him, saying they feel Noor is innocent. He says, let's see, he says,
reached the verdict, 6 of whom were members of the minority community, and that's why I keep telling them that we have to respect the system. We have to respect the verdicts.
After the verdict, Noor's cousin told the Star Tribune, "What happened was injustice. This is shocking. My cousin did not get a fair trial." Noor will be sentenced on June 7th. We'll continue to follow developments there. To Washington now, where Attorney General William Barr is front and center today. He's testifying before a Senate committee. Comes after news that special counsel Robert Mueller wrote a letter to Barr. Mueller wrote he was frustrated with the, quote, lack of context in Barr's 4-page summary of his report. Democrats will likely grill Barr over his new revelation. All right, take a look at this crazy video from Oklahoma. This is a drone video, and they're just going to drive it right up next to this thing. This tornado is down in Sulphur, Oklahoma. It ripped off roofs, tore apart homes, knocked down power lines, but amazingly, no injuries there. There are also tornadoes in Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri. A ton of widespread damage, but yeah, no major injuries. Take a look at this now down in Iowa, Davenport. A levee broke along the Mississippi, which led to this. Cars covered. The river is now expected to rise another 5 inches today in the wake of all that flooding. Your Facebook page is going to look a little different soon. The company is planning a major redesign. It involves less focus on the newsfeed and more on user privacy. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in response to critics and regulators who insist the newsfeed has helped spread hate speech and misinformation. Facebook will also ditch its signature blue banner at the top of the page. We're learning more about what Barack and Michelle Obama are working on for Netflix. The former first couple announced 7 series and films in development for the streaming platform. They include the story of Frederick Douglass, who escaped slavery to become a leader in the abolitionist movement. No word on when the projects will debut. And did you see this yesterday? The Sonic the Hedgehog movie? It's trending because people have some strong feelings about the trailer. Take a look.
SFPD! Meow?
Is this what you thought Sonic would look like in a movie? Paramount is making a film about the Sega video game character. Jim Carrey is the bad guy. Dr. Robotnik. I don't know, man. The animation looks terrible on this, but we can go see it in November ourselves. November 8th is the release date. All right, let's get back to today's talker. Rideshare apps for kids are becoming more popular. You've got working parents, kids' schedules are jam-packed with extracurriculars. It's kind of near impossible to get everyone to everything they need to go to. But would you let a stranger, even one that is highly vetted by one of these companies, drive your kids? Let's bring in our digital guy, Cole, to read what the internet has to say about this one. It's kind of a tough one to figure out.
Yeah, and we've got kind of a familiar trend with our responses here. We got Judy saying, I would have to know more about the driver before I would allow my kids or grandkids to ride share.
Yeah.
We have Karen saying that would scare the crap out of me. And we have Jason saying, like a bus or personal vehicle, people let their kids ride with strangers every day on the school bus. Would it be ran through the school with background checks like all the other school employees?
Right, so the school bus driver I think is like a decent comparison. Obviously that's a school employee, right? And they go through that interview process, the background checks and all the vetting. A lot of these companies are doing similar vetting. They actually even will offer the opportunity to do like in-person interviews with some of the drivers ahead of time. I think that's great. Like, frankly, for my kids, I'd rather have them go in one of these rideshare apps than, I don't know, like a 15, 16, 17-year-old driver. Like when they're in high school, I'd rather have an adult at the very least behind the wheel. But it's tricky. Maybe just, put your kids in less things, then you can take them to like the 1 or 2 things they have to go to.
There you go.
All right, that is it for now. This is the 7:34 from WCCO, time when most of the Twin Cities are on the go. If you haven't already made us your home for mobile news, go ahead and do that. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:34. Until then, be nice to each other on the internet.